Hey everyone, it's Mary. I'm glad that you're right back here with the Who Is She journey. Today we're going to talk about knowing what you know to be true for you. We're going to talk about that and what that means going forward and how to meld the past months together of we started out with awakening, like the quiet little nudge that comes when you are starting something new. You're excited for the journey. And then we talked about letting go and courage, alignment and joy, clarity, how to come to clarity, new beginnings. At the beginning of the year, we talked about new beginnings and what might be in store for us this year if we applied courage, alignment, and joy, clarity to our life going forward for this year. And then it was self-love. So now we can take all of those together and we can do something a little bit different this month, and look to what we already know and what that means for us going forward. So if you're ready, let's get started. All right, so let's get down to work about this, creating this, understanding this, knowing about yourself. What I have found is that there are three basic places when I know that I'm onto something, that I know that I'm onto change, that I know that I need to, let me say it this way, that I know that I need to pay attention. So I've got some notes here. So let me just get going on these notes so that I don't miss a beat with you. So the first way that I always know that something is about to change or that I'm about to go down the road less taken, for instance, is I'm restless. So I sometimes find myself getting mad at myself. Or, like I just feel like I'm off and I'm frustrated. Let me put it that way. I'm frustrated about something. And it's usually because, at least for me, is that I'm holding myself back from something for some reason. So if you are looking at this, understanding this knowing of who you are, you might find yourself that you're frustrated at something, that you're restless, that you want some kind of change and you just don't know what that change is. And it comes out as being aggressive, maybe, for me, being aggressive or just not being able to sit still, but not really having anything in particular that I need to do. It's just this feeling of restlessness. I just know that for me is a notice of, it's a notice of, all right, what's percolating here that I need to pay attention to. And then the next thing is curiosity. So I'm a super curious person. And sometimes it can be to my detriment because I go down many different paths, maybe at the same time. And therefore, I don't get anything done. Kind of like, crows or magpies are constantly seeking a bright, shiny thing. And I don't know if you're like that too. Those bright, shiny things can be distracting. But I'll be curious about something. Like I'll read something or I'll be reading a book for me on leadership or self-development. And it will take me down this rabbit hole of, I want to find out more. Who's the author? What is this topic? What is the lesson? What can I do about this? Is there puzzle or that I need to put together? Are there questions that I need to answer? Like what I get really curious about things. And then my energy level. So my energy level will get really high because I'm so excited about something new. Well, I mean, sometimes it can get really low, and I know that I know that I'm not being true to myself, but generally I notice it more when I have really high energy, and it's usually something that I'm excited about doing, excited about going, excited about being around a certain person or a certain group of people. And then it's time to take a step back and figure out, what is that here for? What's that here for? So let me give you this month's exercise. Go ahead and grab your pen and your journal and, clear your mind, go light a candle, put this video on pause, go light a candle, put on some really cool music so that you can get yourself into the mood of creating magic, because that's what we're doing right now, is understanding this knowing of who she is and this path that she is on. So, questions. I'm going to ask you 3 sets of questions. So question one is, what has been catching your attention lately? And no, it's not, you can't say the news, because that doesn't count. We're talking about you. What is lighting your fire? What is attracting your attention? What has been catching your attention lately? So let me see. For me, what's been catching my attention lately, as I said earlier, I just completed this workshop with these 20 amazing women from around the globe. And I noticed that I was in a really great flow. And I want to do something with that. I want to be able to reach more women with this work. So that's what caught my attention. Like, that was a big notice for me. Like, I actually know what I'm talking about. Question number 2. What ideas or experiences do you want more of? So there are things that you've done in your life that got you here. What are the things that you've done that have gotten you to this place? Whether it's work related, relationship related, like, what are the things that got you to this point? Either ideas, for me, that idea floating around, like, I want to reach more women. The experiences, my life experiences of, oh my goodness, there's a book coming about that, because I feel like I've lived 9 lives. I'm sure that most of you feel the same way too. But what do you want more of? What's the good stuff that you want more of in your life? The more experiences. So for me, I in this part of my life, I want, in reaching more women with this work, I want to create a place where women can gather and be super honest and vulnerable and be able to speak their truth. That's what I want more of. What is it? What is it for you? And when are you most alive? So I know that I am most alive either traveling, or I think a lot of people could say that, I don't know. When I'm most alive, when I'm traveling, or when I'm standing up in front of a group of women, attempting to challenge them on why they're not doing what they say they want. That's my jam. So go ahead and write down the answers to those questions. Don't criticize yourself. Don't go and second guess yourself. Write down the first things that come to mind, and I'll see you right back here for part 2, question 1. Okay, so now we're going to flip the script a little bit. You know, I like to do that. I like to look at both sides, because I don't think that we get the full story of anything unless we hear from both sides. So question number 1, part 2, is what frustrates you? What don't you want? I think sometimes that's easier to figure out than what we do want. So take a look at the things that frustrate you in your life or in your past. What are the things that really jacked you up and really got you derailed? What are those frustrations? It could be a person, it could be a thing you were doing, it could be a place you were at, it could be a conversation that you had. What are the things that frustrate you? Question number 2. What do you wish people understood more of? So, in regards to me, what I wish that people understood more of is that they already have the power within them to do whatever it is that they want. I think that people kind of grasp the idea of the law of attraction or attracting things into your life that you want. But I don't think that a lot of people understand how to actually do the work to make those things happen. Because it's not just about wishing and praying and doing a vision board. It's more than that. And that's what I wish that people knew. So what do you wish people knew about something that's of interest to you? Because we're trying to get to these words that can be descriptive of who you are. So don't go and judge anything right now. That's not the time. We can judge later. So what do you wish that people understood more of about something that is of interest to you? Got it? Okay. Question number 3. When, if ever, do you say, oh, there's got to be a better way than this? There's got to be a better way to do this than this. These 3 questions in part 2 are digging. They're kind of digging questions of the things that you are passionate about without really saying what's your passion. This is kind of like uncovering the passion without really ever saying that. Okay, got it? All right. So let's move on to part 3 of question number 1. When are you most comfortable? Again, for me, when am I most comfortable? I'm most comfortable when I'm speaking with a group of women about moving to the next best version of themselves. That's when I absolutely am most comfortable. I'm comfortable traveling by plane, by car, by tram, by bus. I love to travel, so I'm very comfortable when I travel. When are you most comfortable? Is it something that you're sharing? Is it something that you know about that you're sharing? Are you leading someone or a group of people to do something? Are you sharing information with a group of people? Question number 2, who are you with when you're most comfortable? So we're taking a look at when you're comfortable, when you are most comfortable, and then who's surrounding you. So without actually saying, what are you sharing, without actually saying that, what are you passionate about, without actually talking about that. We don't want to talk about these scary words, purpose or passion. We're not talking about that. When are you most comfortable? And who are you with when you are most comfortable? Because those two will tie really well together in getting you to understand where this comfort zone is to you and what you want more of. And then, so you're with this person or this group of people that you're most comfortable with, and then you are most comfortable doing something, but then what are you doing exactly? Like, what are you doing when you're most comfortable around this person or these group of people? What are you actually doing? You could be knitting, you could be storytelling, you could be on a hike, you could be in front of 10,000 people giving a TED Talk. So what are you doing? Whew. Okay, that was a lot. Those 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, about taking a look at who you are, what's been catching your attention, what frustrates you, what do you think needs to be figured out. And when are you most comfortable? These are roundabout ways of getting you to think about you in a different way, knowing that you already know. I just want to let you know that you already know. So the idea behind what you just wrote down is to find, I'm going to say, I like to think of this as the golden thread. You want to find the golden thread in all of this work. There's something in part 1, 2, and 3, there's something in there that's similar. There's something in there that keeps coming up. There's a word, there's a thing, there's a path, there's an idea, there's an experience that you want more of. There is something that you are willing to dig deeper into. There's something that you want to do more of. That's the golden thread that we're looking for. So in uncovering this knowing, so that we can move on to next month, because we've got to get to this point of understanding who she is over the next couple of months, because September is coming, the 1-year mark to 70 for me, is we want to find out, we're looking for magic, where the magic is. What makes you sing? What makes you joy? What makes you come alive? Because all of that string of words, that string of thought is who she is. It's not the one that places the blame game or the shame game or the pointing fingers at other people. It's not the one that's critical of herself. It's the one that knows that there is something unique and special about her, about you, that if and when you share that with others, your life lightens up. Your joy sparks experiences and brings about courage and clarity for others. That's who she is, and that's what I know. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you right back here next month. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so that you never miss another thing that I do online. And we'll see you right back here next month for more